Salute, folks. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall, your social media insurance broker. And I've returned today to whap and tap on your head with another ADH wealth solution. So we're going to continue talking about investing because there are so many people out here telling you guys to invest, and they're telling you the upside but none of the downside. Literally what they're doing is, unfortunately, what a lot of you people say they're doing to the black community with this rap music. They're telling you all the positive, yeah man, I'm a gangster and I sell bunches of drugs, but they don't tell you that bad side of it, like the Young Thug Rico case right now, where these guys are basically 28 members of a gang got caught with $1 million, which $1 million divided by 28 is equivalent to $35,000 per person. They could have all got a job at McDonald's and been living a much happier life. Well, that's the same thing that these people are telling you when you're investing. They're only telling you about the positive, not about the negative. Before I go in, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. So, in continuing with investing, one of the things I tell people, listen, number one, you have to have a minimum of $10,000, which if you look at my other video, it shows FINRA requires liquidity of $25,000 to actually get into there and trade or invest. But you can technically invest with a couple of $100 into like a mutual fund. However, realistically, people are looking at investing as if it's gambling. And they are two totally different things. Number one, most people shouldn't be gambling because they don't have the risk tolerance to gamble. But you still do it. But you definitely shouldn't be investing because you don't have the risk tolerance to invest. So, we're going to go to what is risk tolerance in investing. FINRA.org. Understanding or we can look at Charles Schwab. What is risk tolerance? Simply put, risk tolerance is the level of risk an investor is willing to take. But being able to accurately gauge your appetite for risk can be tricky. Risk can mean opportunity, excitement, or a shot at big gains. You have to be in it to win it mindset. Now, let's look at what FINRA tells us. Investing basics. So, all investments carry some degree of risk. Stock, bonds, mutual funds, and ETFs can lose value, even their entire value, if market conditions sour. Even conservative insured investments, such as certificates of deposit issued by a bank or credit union, come with inflation risk. That is, they may not earn enough over time to keep pace with the increasing cost of living. So what is risk? When you invest, you make choices about what to do with your financial assets. Risk is any uncertainty with respect to your investments that has the potential to negatively impact your financial welfare. For example, your investment value might rise or fall because of market conditions, called market risk. Corporate decisions, such as whether to expand into a new area of business or merge with another company, can affect the value of your investments, or even if Donald Trump or Elon Musk tweets something mean. Business risk. If you own an international investment, events within that country can affect your investment. Political risk and currency risk, to name two. So those guys who are talking about, I trade Forex, and they're not fucking worried about what's going on in Palestine or Russia. There are other type of risks. How easy or hard is it to cash out of an investment when you need is called liquidity risk. So things like CDs are not that easy to cash out on. So they have a high liquidity risk. Another risk factor is tied to how many or how few investments you hold. Generally speaking, the more financial eggs you have in one basket, say all your money is in a single stock, the greater risk you take. That's called concentration risk. In short, risk is the possibility that a negative financial income that matters to you might occur. So, ladies and gentlemen, all these people keep telling you, buy my course. I'll show you the plays, how to run it up. We can beat the market. How come Charlie Munger hasn't reached out to them? How come Warren Buffett hasn't reached out to them? How come Peter Thiel hasn't reached out to them? Right? Are they under the radar like Bernie Madoff? Because Bernie Madoff had his money in a Chase Bank holding account for 30 years and did billions of dollars. Meanwhile, I have people telling me I had a student put $100 in and had a 900% return. Nigga, where? And they don't talk about your risk tolerance, which is, hey, if you lose this money, are you going to be okay? Like I said, if it takes you years and years and years to save up that $10,000 or that $25,000 to be able to have the liquidity that FINRA says you need to invest, then you probably don't want to go into investing. You want to go into saving. Because if you lose any of that $25,000, it's probably going to hurt. Like I ask a lot of my clients, if you give me $10,000, I turn around tomorrow and say that $10,000 goes to zero, how high is the likelihood that you want to choke me? Which is why you have to go through an intake with a financial professional. And it's just like triage with a doctor. I don't just run out and give you medicine. I say, let me take your blood pressure. Let me take your temperature. Ask some questions. But unfortunately, you get the average American gets caught in the sauce. So risk and reward. The level of risk associated with a particular investment or asset class typically correlates with the level of return the investment might achieve. The rationale behind this relationship is that the investors willing to take on risky investments and potentially lose money should be rewarded for their risk. You can learn about risks associated with specific investments by going to the Risk tab for each investment listed on our investment products section. And again, this is finra.org, ladies and gentlemen. In the context of investing, rewards is the possibility of higher returns. Historically, stocks have enjoyed the most robust average annual returns over the long term, just 10% per year. Meanwhile, the S&P 500 does 10.3%. Followed by corporate bonds around 6% annually, treasury bonds 5.5%, and cash equivalents such as short-term treasury bills 3.5%. The trade-off is that with higher return comes greater risk. And although stocks have historically provided a higher return than bonds and cash investments, albeit at a higher level of risk, it is not always the case that stocks outperform bonds or that bonds are always a lower risk than stocks. Okay, so that's going to be it for today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to add this particular section in the description. With that being said, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. And remember, folks, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute.